Hi, welcome back to Arbor Lane's Pharmacy. I'm going to go pick some tomatoes and talk about baby. I'm going to a Bible study group tomorrow, and one of the gals had asked if I could bring some tomatoes. So since I have a plethora of them, I am going to pick them and take them with me tomorrow. She likes to roast them. And she feeds, I think she said it was for like a youth group or something, so we want the kids to eat healthy. I still got lots of little green ones left. So yeah, let's pick some of these. And I got a few of these guys. They're starting to split. Oops. And we got some red ones back here. Yummy, yummy. Alright, I got a nice little picking. I'm going to go down to my lower garden. And I have some pretty big ones back here. Ooh, as I get into a spider web. Oh my goodness. Ooh, sorry, spider. But I need my tomato. Come on. Here we go. I'll go ahead and pick the other ones. And I got a bunch of these. I feel like there's a spider on me, but I want to eat one of these. All right, there we go. I want to eat this one. Nice little harvest. I love how my zinnias are still going strong, and they still have some new buds coming. This one's here. A pretty one. So I'm going to be seed saving some of these. Let these dry out a little bit more. That here's pretty dry. So I'll probably stick these in my pocket now. But yeah, these draw in so many pollinators. And they bloom literally from spring all in its almost fall. And they're still budding. I got my brother, my daughter, my husband up there picking some more tomatoes for us. They're like, we want some tomatoes too. So with Tanya picking some tomatoes, we're gonna make some salsa or some more spaghetti sauce, something. We'll think of something.
Eating them.
What?
I wasn't eating them.
You were eating them? I harvested my garlic from here, and obviously I did not get all of them. There's one growing, but I planted, there's some more. Anyway, I planted some beets in here, and they are popping up nicely. Really excited about that. My bush beans are doing famously. Excited about them. And I got 3 over here, and they are starting to grow some beans. Excited, excited. I made a little path out here the other day. Dug this out. Going to my Origami's memorial. I had my husband help me throw down all this straw after I weed-eated it. I try to grow flowers out here, but I just don't get enough sun. But my little man. All right, so update on baby. I'm always winded and my progesterone is still elevated, so I get out of breath easily. And just been kind of taking lots of breaks and everything, not overexerting myself too much. But you know, I liked being outside and being in my garden, so I do a little bit of work and stop and do a little bit more work and stop, because I just walk up this little bit of hill behind me up here. I'm just like, like I ran a marathon. But yeah, so I mean, for instance, this little path right here took me probably all day to dig that, and typically it probably would have only taken me maybe a couple hours, but I had to dig a little bit and stop. So whatever I can do is a little bit of progress. Just keeping active. I'm trying to really keep active and stuff. But anyway, so last Wednesday I went in for my, I guess, second ultrasound. My first one, they didn't see anything. So they were determining that I was either having a miscarriage or I just wasn't that far along. So I wasn't that far along and everything looks good. So they were determining that I was at least 7 weeks, maybe 7.5 weeks. My ultrasound last Wednesday. So that means I'm approaching 8 weeks. So it's not a Bahama baby. I was like, oh darn. So didn't get pregnant at the Bahamas. It was 2 weeks after I came home. So about 8 weeks now, and I had 3 or 4 days where I had nausea, and the nausea was not like stomach flu nausea or food poisoning nausea, you know, where you're like throwing up and you can't control or whatever. It actually started off like I felt like I was just salivating and I had like a lump in my throat. I'm like, gosh. And then just certain smells just kind of made it worse. Like I was just salivating, and then like a gag reflex. Like it was more of a gag thing for me. So it's like the thought of pasta. Okay. Just the thought of slimy, snotty pasta. Like my gag reflex, like I gagged, like just thinking of it. And yeah, so I had that, and we had gone to take my mom to the park, and the tide was out, and it smelled horrifically of ocean fish. And I told my husband, I was like, I'm gagging. That's what was happening with me. I was gagging. I was like, we got to go. I'm gagging. So we left, and on the way back I was like, you gotta pull over. And I got out and I just kept like gagging and just thinking of the smell, just thinking of it. It just felt like it was just still in my nose and on my clothes. So I ended up throwing up, which was just a horrific experience. But then I was fine. And I've noticed here lately that like I'm not craving anything. Like nothing sounds good. Like my husband's like, what do you want? And usually I'm like indecisive anyway, and I was like, seriously, nothing sounds good. Not even a smoothie, none of my favorite cereals, like literally nothing sounded good. And just certain textures of food gagged me. And I was, you know, messaging my healthcare provider. The nurse responded. She says, well, that's typical for morning sickness that can last all day. I was like, okay. So I really wasn't thinking of it as the morning sickness which lasts all day. I was just thinking of it as just, it just gags me. So there would be sometimes I feel a little woozy. I usually go lay down and that would go away. But yeah, the whole gagging was really intense for like 3 or 4 days. And I still, every now and again, certain smells. That was the other thing, like everything stinks. Like my favorite essential oils, lavender. Oh my God. I cannot stand the smell of lavender right now. Like it gags me. Like I just feel gaggy, and it gives me a headache. It makes me feel like the head sick, like, you know, nausea in your head, if that makes sense. So yeah, certain smells has really been throwing me off. The breathlessness. I am sleeping better at night. I'm taking my tincture. I am going to be making an herbal tea that I'm going to be selling on my website, herbalbunniespharmacy.com. I've been harvesting my lemon balm, and I found some stinging nettle. A friend of mine has lots of red raspberry leaf that's going to go in it. And I'm making my own high mineral tea that I'm going to be drinking probably a couple times a day. The lemon balm is going to help me with my anxiety. I've been having extreme anxiety. I just feel like when I went in for my ultrasound, it's just an ultrasound, Tamitha. Why are you reacting all crazy? I seriously had a panic attack on the table while she was giving me an ultrasound. What the, right? So I've been taking lemon balm, and it's been helping with the anxiety. It's been helping me sleep at night. It also has some good vitamins and minerals. It also helps with nausea, the morning sickness that lasts all day. The stinging nettle has a lot of iron and vitamins and minerals, lots of minerals in stinging nettle. I did order some milky oat tops, which helps to kind of calm you down. And the red raspberry leaf has a lot of vitamins and minerals in it, and it also helps with nausea. It also helps to tone up your uterus. So I'll probably be increasing the red raspberry leaf into my 3rd trimester. I'm going to be making a birth prep tea that I'm going to be drinking several times a day, but that's not till like spring. So yeah, that's that part. Okay, and then as for the baby's measurements, right now it's only like 1.1 centimeter. The heart rate was 157. And my mom kept saying, "You're going to have twins, you're going to have twins." And I was so relieved when she said Singleton. So my friend's like, "We got to nickname the baby Singleton." I was like, "Oh, thank God there's only one in there. I don't want 2 kids." I didn't want one, but here we are. My cat took off. He's down there hunting the little bird. Eclipse, leave the birdie alone. He's like, "Nope, that's my dinner." Alright, you guys, that is it for the update for now. I will check back in with you guys again, and I will make the video on how I'm going to make my tea, and I will be posting that in my herbal website. And yeah, that's it. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along with me on this child pregnancy journey thing that I'm embarking on. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!